Good evening, you're now with me, Lorenzo Isaac, for TVS Nightline. Here are the headlines for tonight. Liquidated ascertained damages are the focus of talks between the SHEDA and SARA Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg. Meanwhile, the Mandarni government is expanding the SARA assistance to benefit 5.4 million recipients starting this April. And in world news, Britain is set to announce billions of pounds of spending cuts to address the country's ailing public finances. Liquidated ascertained damages, LAD, or compensation for determined damages, were among the key issues highlighted in discussions between the Sarawak Housing and Property Developers Association SHEDA and Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg. SHEDA Vice President Louis Ting said Abang Johari is ready to provide guidance and support.
As a whole, YAB has been very supportive about SHEDA. All the activities we are doing, including certain discussions on the levy itself. And on the other issues, one of the pertaining issues right now is on the LAD to start from the booking date. Insofar as that part is concerned, our YAB will be have take note of the industry problems. YAB we believe that YAB will take the necessary lead to address all these industry issues.
He was speaking to reporters after paying a courtesy call on Abang Johari at Wisma Bapa Malaysia earlier this morning. For the record, LAD is a financial penalty imposed on developers if they fail to complete a housing project within the specified period in the sale and purchase agreement. It is a clause aimed at protecting property buyers and providing compensation to buyers for delays in handing over their houses, which can result in financial burden.
The contractor for the Batang Paloh Bridge linking Pulau Bruit to the mainland has been urged to accelerate its construction and ensure completion by March 2026. Deputy Premier Sarawak, Dato' Amar Douglas Ugah Ambas, stressed the need for more machinery, equipment and extended working hours to meet the deadline.
After a project briefing by JKR Sarawak Director Dr. Cassidy Morris and a contractor representative at his office earlier today, Ugah expressed his concerns regarding the 298.4 million ringgit project, which has been delayed by 96 days. Meanwhile, Ugah said JKR Sarawak will help develop a new work plan to speed up construction and meet the March 2026 deadline. The two-lane bridge, spanning 1.7 kilometers with an additional 4.6 kilometers of roadwork, has reached 75.25% completion, below the scheduled 84.63%. Ugah said he plans to revisit the site in July to monitor its progress.
SEDSI Energy plans to develop 4 new flagship multi-fuel stations, MFS, along the Pan-Borneo Highway, expected to be in operation by 2030. This initiative serves as a part of SEDSI's effort to strengthen sustainable energy infrastructure in Sarawak and support the state's decarbonization goal by 2050.
In a statement, SEDSI announced that these new stations will be developed in strategic locations in Bintulu, Miri, Cebu and Sri Aman. Through these stations, SEDSI aims to strengthen Sarawak's hydrogen value chain, promoting clean energy and green technology. The first flagship station, MFS Darul Hana, launched in 2022, is Malaysia's first to offer both hydrogen refueling and EV charging. With a hydrogen production capacity of 150 kilograms per day, it has paved the way for future stations. The second flagship station in Batukawa is set to launch in the second quarter of this year, with the Malaysian Fire and Rescue Cooperative appointed as its operator. This will bring the total of 6 MFS flagship stations in the region.
Petroleum Nasional Berhad Petronas has launched its short film, Anak Siapa Ni, in conjunction with the 2025 Hari Raya Aidilfitri celebration. The film, by director Ismail Smaili Kamarul, tells the story of Rafi, a young man from Shah Alam, Selangor, who was forced by his mother to visit his father's cousin in Seri Menanti, Negeri Sembilan.
Senior General Manager Strategic Communications, Group Strategic Relations and Communications at Petronas, Siti Azlina Abdul Latif said the film showcases the tradition of one another to strengthen bonds, especially during festive seasons.
Pada kita, setiap tahun selepas COVID sampai ke sekarang, kita nak menarik ataupun mengingatkan semua orang termasuk diri kita sendiri supaya teruskan amalan kunjung-mengunjung, eratkan silaturahim. Dalam movie ni kalau kita tengok, Rafi tersalah rumah tetapi tetap diterima baik oleh tuan rumah yang tak kenal anak siapa tu. So these are the thing yang kita kalau boleh nak encourage, kita teruskan amalan tradisi kunjung-mengunjung, especially sempena musim perayaan yang akan datang.
When met by the media at the exclusive preview of the web film at KLCC on Tuesday, she said that Petronas, through Yayasan Petronas, has extended its Memacu Kehidupan Aid to 4,850 families under its social impact program. Siti Azlina said the contribution was made in partnership with the Social Welfare Department.
The Mandani government will expand the Sumbangan Asas Rahmah SARA initiative to benefit 5.4 million recipients starting April 1st, a significant increase from the current 700,000 beneficiaries. In a statement today, the Ministry of Finance said eligible recipients will receive up to 2,100 ringgit in aid, a 75% increase from 1,200 ringgit provided in 2024.
In the statement, Prime Minister and Finance Minister Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim said that the expansion is part of the increased allocation for the Sumbangan Tunai Rama, SCR and SARA programs, amounting to 13 billion ringgit this year, the highest in the nation's history for cash aid distribution. Meanwhile, 4.7 million STR recipients who are not listed under the eKase database will receive new SARA assistance starting April 1st with 50 ringgit monthly for elderly singles and 100 ringgit monthly for households. Starting this year, the distribution of SARA via MyCard will be extended to Sabah, Sarawak and the Federal Territory of Labuan. Under the SARA program, recipients can use their MyCard to purchase selected essential goods at over 3,500 registered retail stores nationwide, a substantial increase from the 700 stores available in 2024. Apart from basic food items, SARA credits can also be used to buy personal hygiene products, medicines and school supplies.
Malaysia's investment landscape continues to be a bright spot in the economy, particularly in the private sector. The Deputy Governor of Negara Malaysia, Datuk Marzu Nisham Omar, said that based on projections, total investments is expected to grow by 9.3% this year, following a strong expansion of 12.12% last year. Meanwhile, private investment is projected to grow around 10.1% in 2025.
We expect that total investment to expand by 9.3% this year after growing by 12% last year. Private investment is projected to grow by around 10.1% in 2025. Several factors will help to support our investment. The first is sustained domestic and external demand. Second, also the positive investor sentiment. Firms continue to have access to financing, and importantly, we are noticing that all the projects that have been approved are being implemented.
During his keynote address at the 2025 B&M Governor's Address on the Malaysian economy and panel discussion in Kuala Lumpur on Wednesday, he stated that several factors support investment growth as sustained domestic and external demand play a crucial role. Moreover, he said investment is now driven not only by foreign direct investment FDI, but also by domestic investors. In 2024, he noted that 55% of approved investment came from domestic sources, while 45% were attributed to FDI. Britain's Finance Minister Rachel Reeves is set to detail billions of pounds of spending cuts in her spring statement on Wednesday to address the country's ailing public finances. The spending update comes as the Labour government, elected in July after a landslide election win, faces sluggish economic growth and rising borrowing costs.
In a glimmer of good news, the Office for National Statistics said Britain's annual inflation rate eased to 2.8% in February, down from 3.0% in January. But despite the slowdown, inflation remains elevated above the Bank of England's 2% target. The central bank kept interest rates unchanged last week after a series of cuts, warning of economic uncertainty. Reeves has warned that since her inaugural budget in October, the world has changed. Heightened global uncertainty over US tariffs and the war in Ukraine have added to the UK's economic woes, chipping away at the Labour government's £9.9 billion fiscal cushion. In a press statement ahead of the fiscal update, Reeves said this moment demands an active government stepping up to secure Britain's future. An advocate of iron discipline over public finances, Reeves is set to detail cuts to welfare payments and government departmental budgets in Wednesday's highly anticipated update.
Those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Lorenzo Isaac. Thank you for watching and have a good night.